let's give them a nice big round of applause and help welcome them to their stage. That's right, we have Bunker. So, if you see anything you like today, anything at all, please don't hesitate to make lots and lots of noise because they really do appreciate all that applause. Perfect, just like that. Now you guys are going to get an inside scoop about what we do with our animals behind the scenes. Now that is their husbandry behaviors. Now husbandry is just a fancy word for some medical care. And these are the very first behaviors we teach our animals in order to have them voluntarily to participate in any medical care need be. Now you may see Bunker do some flipper presents, in which she shows her flippers completely to her trainer, allowing her to get a good look at her. And then Bunker can lay completely still on her back or on her belly, again allowing Jenna to have a good look all over her body. Now they are still wild animals and they tend to play rough from time to time. So if we do find any cuts or abrasions, we can inform our veterinary staff that comes at least once a week to check on our animals. Now Bunker will be getting some eye drops. Now there is nothing wrong with Bunker's eyes, but later in life she may develop things like cataracts much like you and I. Now this is just a simple saline solution, much like you and I would use for our contacts. So if we need to switch over to medical drops, we have this behavior to do so. And the next one may look similar to you and I, and that is getting our teeth brushed. Now we brush our sea lion's teeth every single day. Now if you get a good look inside of Bunker's mouth, you may see some brown on her teeth. Now sea lions lack the enamel that you and I would have to keep their teeth nice and pearly white. And instead they have a brown bacteria that helps coat their teeth and keep them healthy. So when we brush their teeth, we are more stimulating that gum line to prevent diseases like gingivitis. And then we also can use a toothpaste that is animal friendly for them. But Bunker did an awfully great job with that, and she's gonna give you an up-close look inside of her mouth to show off that beautiful smile of her. Let's give her a nice big round of applause. Now we are lucky enough to house 4 California sea lions here at the Long Island Aquarium. But we often hear our guests confuse them for their cousins, the true seals. Like the gray and color seals you may have seen when you enter the aquarium today. So Bunker's help we're going to be going over the differences between seals and sea lions to make you guys experts on that topic. Now the very first difference you guys can see is in her ears. Now if you get a good look at the side of Bunker's head, her trainer is pointing out some external ear flaps. Now these ear flaps are called pinnae. Now seals lack these pinnae and instead have an internal ear that looks like a small hole right behind their eyes. That next difference can be seen in their necks. Now sea lions have very long and very flexible necks, and Bunker's gonna stretch it all the way up there for you guys, which is pretty impressive. Let's give her a nice big round of applause for that. But we're not done showing off just yet. Now you see her neck is so long and so flexible, she can touch her nose all into her back. Don't try that at home. Now seals' necks are just as flexible, but they're not nearly as long as the California sea lions. That next difference can be seen in those front flippers. Now sea lions have very long and very powerful front flippers, and she's giving you a great view of them. Now they use these front flippers to help pull their bodies through the water, much like you and I would use our arms when we go swimming. Now seals of course do have front flippers as well, but theirs are much shorter, and they use them in the opposite manner to help steer themselves in the water rather than pull themselves. And then that last difference can be seen in those rear flippers. Now due to something called a rotating hip bone, Bunker has the ability to up and tuck those rear flippers under her. Showing that off for you guys. Now as you can tell, she has no problem hopping on and off her seat and following her trainer backwards and forwards with ease. Now seals lack this rotating hip bone, so when they come out here on land, they tend to look a little bit silly. But Bunker has been to the front of the aquarium and has seen her cousin in action and come up with quite the impression of them. So Bunker, when you're ready, what does your cousin look like out here on land?
Aww.
That's right, like a great big fuzzy inchworm scooch around on her belly. Let's give it up for your sea lion comedian. She's being awfully silly today. But with as silly as she's being, she is absolutely correct. Once seals come out here on land, they scooch around on those bellies with those rear flippers out behind them. But now that we've gone over all those differences, feel free to check out our sea lion habitat behind me after our training sessions today, as well as our seal habitat located in the front of the aquarium, and see if you guys can point out some of those differences for yourselves. Now with that beautiful display of differences, it does not bring us to the end of our show just yet, but your stars are going to head inside to finish showing off for you guys in there. Now during this time, it's important to remember that all the animals here at the